Hello, my beautiful friends. Another day in paradise. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun, but every sunrise is beautiful. So we're going on a walk today up a mountain, pretty steep mountain, and it's called Humpback Rock. And we're going to talk about who we are, and more of the question of who we are, but who are we? We don't normally ask this question casually, and usually it's after something fairly traumatic happens. And it's important to understand how trauma and all these different things affect our lives, starting from an extremely early age, like in the womb. And actually even before that, the genetic type things that happen. Genetics can play a part, your birthing experience can play a part, and some of those things are there, but I think most of the shaping, at least the shaping we can do something about, happens much later. And so as we walk up this major hill, I'm gonna talk about that. So baby is formed in the womb, and then it slides gently into the world. Spoken like a true male. So the baby pops into the world, and then what do we got going on? Well, it could be a little trauma there, could go good. Mother could be there waiting for you, maybe not. So you have that little, I don't know about little, you have trauma going on there, and then maybe a sense of abandonment. Other children are born smoothly, latch on to their mother immediately, make that kind of initial skin, and not sure about the eye contact, but it looks like eye contact anyway, and all's good. But if it's not good, the baby's insecure, it cries, then we start developing a pattern over years that can be carried on. Well, this video is going to take a long time if I keep going that way, but suffice it to say, getting out of breath for the sake of time, I'm going to talk about major portions of life and when the trauma is. So I'm going to pause here, getting ready to pass some folks. First one I'm going to talk about is, oh, now it's following me. Cool. Anyway, talk about going to school for the first time. You know, you're a little bitty kid, daycare, kindergarten, whatever, and you get hit, you get hurt, get ignored, get laughed at, or everything's fine. First day is good, then tends to be good. First day is bad, can be bad. And then you start, that's when the world, at such a young age, can start creeping in. We don't understand those things at that age. We just react. Whew. So we go on, and we go on with our lives, and we get older. Things only get worse in school anyway for a lot of people. If you fit in, if you're big, you're good looking, if you're highly intelligent, maybe. But then there's the rest of us. We have to deal with all the ancillary troubles with fitting in. And children will do, young people will do almost anything to fit in. It's the reality of it all. So again, the world closes in on us. We adapt, we change, we stifle who we are. We don't do things that we might like because afraid of judgment and failure, and not being loved is probably the biggest one. And if you're not loved, then why are you doing any of this, you know? So then we move on through life. Later in high school, you start noticing the opposite sex normally. And it's interesting, we have no idea what we're doing. And if you have no one modeling this sort of thing for you, then it becomes very strange. Because you have all these thoughts in your mind, what it's supposed to be. You see TV, you see your parents, you see other people. Good-looking, confident people. they virtually do anything they want and everything turns out good. But for the rest of us, we have to figure it out the hard way. And then, and relationships end, there's injury, there's mockery, or there's smooth sailing, which is great, right? But most initial relationships end, people move on, people change, don't know what they want. But the main point is that there's more trauma. And if things go poorly, the tendency is to quit or to change or to alter who you are to fit the paradigm you're creating for yourself. And it's my goal with this video, that shape, is to get away from that horrible, I don't know, fake reality that we put ourselves into. And again, you're traumatized, you're crying, or you're upset, you're angry, your girlfriend broke up with you, boyfriend, whatever. And we don't ask the question, who am I? Directly, maybe. But we're crying and we're saying, why? What did I do? Why me? It's really a cry to search inside yourself and figure out who you are, right? So who am I? What does this mean? What does this mean for my life? Do I give up? Do I move forward? Do I get strong? Do I get strong in my weakness? Become a mean bully or a timid little person that reads books and hides from society? Or a million other things. Hanging out with your group of friends that validate your perspective that everyone else is bad but you guys and life is unfair. Yourselves, why? And the question is really, who are we? The great old story of God coming into the Garden of Eden and saying, Adam, where are you? And he's hiding himself, right? So God says, where are you? And Adam is thinking, who am I? Right? Not where am I? Who am I? I'm naked. Shucks. I'm exposed. I have no purpose. I had a purpose and now I have no purpose. I had a support and a helper that was perfect synergy. And now it's broken, So who am I? Well, this goes on throughout life in business and pleasure and all kinds of things. Friends, how many friends do you have left after 5 or 10 years? You have more or less. Are they really friends, or are they just people you drink with and hang out with, do yoga with, which can be good things, right? Well, what is a true friend? How long will they stick with you? What's a true mate? How long will they stick with you? We don't have the answer to any of these questions. Often we make poor decisions in the beginning, only to be followed up by more poor decisions later. But coming back to focus on who am I? So every time you run into a situation where you're confused, angry, hurt, frustrated, ask, who are you? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a loving, giving human being, but strong, willing to do what it takes to make society better, even if it costs you a little bit? That's who I want to be. I'm an angry man sometimes, and I'll admit it right here. Inside, just angry, driving down the road. Everyone's a bad driver but me, right? It's insane. And I think, who am I? What am I? What kind of person gets angry at somebody driving a car? Well, there are reasons to get angry, but my point being is some people drive down the road, don't even know anyone else is around them. They could be driving horribly, but they're having a great time. I could be driving perfectly and just be angry, Anger feels good for a little while, but after a while it's pretty lonely, right? Then where do you go? Anyway, that was a path we could go down there, but I'm not going to talk about that. Having fun on the trail. See, the camera will switch around. For some reason it won't. It's very frustrating. Anyway, gorgeous day here in Virginia. Can't argue with that. So I love you, my friends. And as always, all the love, all the power. So examine yourselves. See where you are. Change what you need to change. Be open-minded. Always want what's in the best interest of others, even if it costs you. Stand up for things that are good and right, just, holy. Have fidelity in your lives. You may get turned down, you may get hurt, but in the final analysis, you want to be proud of who you are. You want to be able to stand with your head held high. We all get hurt, but we all also recover, right? You don't stay hurt forever, you know? I mean, there's that sense in which you may carry some burdens with you. We can keep going. Seeing men have their legs blown off in war and come back and make productive lives out with huge trauma and loss. I don't know that I could do that. My hat's off to them. I love them, respect them. And, you know, people with mental issues, mental health, I have plenty of those. Learning disabilities, got those. Physical problems, got those. But we should always be looking for a workaround, a way to live a higher life. You know, it's key to being happy. Absolutely key. So let's see what happens if I hold this button down. Nothing. It's so beautiful. I want you guys to see this, but it will not switch. I don't understand it. Anyhow, catching up to a group here. I don't know how I can do this. Anyway, like I said, life is good, all right? I have my beautiful children, friends, and yeah, beautiful day. Life goes on. The old guard retires, the new guard comes on. But be viable, be strong till your time is up. Don't give up. All right, once again, love you guys. All the love, all the power. I'm walking in my new minimalist shoes. They're a little rough on the feet, I'll tell you that. It's all good though. Anyway, I'm at the top now looking for how we get over to the big rock, I think. So I've hit a clog spot on the trail. And then I realized I didn't give you guys any really solid advice how to do some of those things. So as the thought occurs to me, these dogs are fighting each other for whatever reason. Beautiful vista here up in the mountains. I'll show you here in a minute. But cold ice baths. I know it's hard to believe, but believe it or not, stressing yourself for 30 seconds to 3 to 5 minutes, it's good to go. It's one awesome way. A lot of people get results out of meditation. It doesn't work for me. It works for a lot of people. It takes a lot of time and dedication, and it's another stressor. It's a stressor to relax, which is a interesting oxymoron. I don't know. But anyway, so some other suggestions: exercise, especially weight training, where you're pushing yourself where it's uncomfortable, but not to get injured. That works. Yeah, any kind of athletics that are hard, a few times a week, and then do some walking. Get your mind clear. Do some writing, get your brain out on paper. It makes you come to a conclusion or realize you don't have one. That's always a good thing. Figure out who you are, where you want to go. But on any of these things, the biggest point is probably not to spend too much time on any one of them. Because the truth is, if you're not moving forward, you're sitting still. And though self-discipline and remaining calm in the storm is good and helpful, you have to have forward momentum in your life of some kind. So make sure you don't become myopically focused on yourself, and get out there, get stuff done, contribute to society. It can be your occupation. What I was taught, two different things. It's ridiculous. You don't think the farmer's getting paid, but he's also contributing, especially if he does a good job? Absolutely. Priest gets part of the sacrifice. Yogis get paid with food. Come on now. We got to change our minds. How much more could we get done and help other people if it was your full-time job? I'm not saying don't volunteer. Absolutely volunteer if that's what you want to do. But let's be real. Life is short. Get up every day with a little bit of purpose. and then a little more, and then a little more. Pat yourself on the back for everything you accomplish. Life is good. It's all good. Every time you beat yourself down, it's not good. You wouldn't let anybody beat down your daughter, your whatever, or your, God forbid, your dog. Sorry, you crazy dog people, I love you, but you know, we got to make some perspective here. We can be nice to our animals. We certainly can be nice to each other, and then to ourselves, whatever that looks like. There's a time and a place for everything, right? Anyway, I don't want to ramble too much. So, see if I can think of anything else that would be good to learn or to share with you. I think reading, YouTubing on positive things is really good. Talking with people about it, but again, not too much. If you're focused on too much, there's something wrong. Something wrong. Get out and do something. I know it's hard to do. I can get caught up in ordering vitamins and spend a whole day doing that, which occasionally I guess is okay, but you know, not sure that that should be the entirety of my life. So I have so many friends that I would like to visit again and share where my life is now. And yeah, so it's been fun going on the walk. If I think of something else, I'll come back. Love you again. We're almost at the top, literally this time. And I will show you some pictures. I bet you can't wait. Believe it or not, I did think of something else. Sure, I'll think of a lot more. Oh yeah. As you're getting older and it becomes apparent that your body is kind of dying on you, starts getting a little saggy around the edges, and you start losing a little hair here and there and gaining hair where you'd rather not, can get bitter. Give up, feel sort of hopeless. That's the time when we say, who am I? What am I doing here? Keep tripping because I'm hearing people everywhere. But anyway, that's the time to say, who am I? Am I going to go out swinging? What am I going to do? I decided to go out swinging, even with all my insecurities yelling in my ear. No, you're old, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're washed up, you're saggy, which is all true. And I got a lot of humor along with that I like, but I'll do that, more humor stuff in separate videos. So anyway, go out with a bang. Don't hunch over and give up. Stand up straight, stand up erect, live your life. You deserve all the love and all the power. Keep saying that over and over again. We really do. I'm here now, so I'm going to turn this bad boy around to show you. We're coming up to the final precipice here. Let's turn the camera. These cameras are amazing. Filming Lord of the Rings here. So, oh, I don't know what it's doing there. It's following something I did not ask it to. Feeling strong now. Beautiful valley in Virginia. Oh, there it is. That's what I came all this way for. Isn't it amazing? The universe, God's creation, amazing.